Good morning, everybody. For the 18th of August, Community Board meeting. Welcome to Mayor Tracy and all the board members and our special guests. Any apologies? No apologies? Okay. The public forum this morning, we have Ken Stevenson. Ken's going to speak to us about council spending. So Ken, if you'd like to come up to the...
Morning, folks.
Welcome, Ken.
First time I've been to one of these things. It's a bit frustrating, a bit like a court case to me. I'll read this out. I got, Dear Community Board, Bush Telegraph report on the 14th of July regards Pukehaka Wildlife Centre. I understand any concerns we have with the council. You go first port of call is the Community Board. My concern is of council's use of ratepayer money to loan $1 million to a high-risk tourism business, Pukehaka Wildlife Centre, now broke but temporarily bailed out by the generosity of the Tararua Council and the throwing in of another $146,000 in interest loan, plus other organisations doing the same. My three questions are, what is the length of the term of the loan? What is the interest rate on the loan? And what is the security on the loan? It would appear to me we can say goodbye to $1.46 million. Looking forward to your reply.
Thank you, Ken. Have we got any questions for Ken? We've got some answers there. Mayor Tracy.
Thanks, Chair Pat. We did have an extraordinary meeting of the Tararua District Council. The minutes are actually in the board agenda, which states that the Pukaha loan of $1 million was taken over by Tumaira.
Sorry, I'm here in trouble. I'll come here.
Come right. Thanks, Ken. The $1 million loan was taken over by Tumaira Trust, and Tumaira, there is security on that, so we will receive that $1 million back. It is
what was the security on it?
That they've secured it by way of funds that they have against it. So it's secured by cash. So it's for a period of 5 years.
Can you write that down for me?
Yep, I will.
Please?
I'll write these down for you, and there is no interest on that. In fact, Ellie's just given you a copy of the board paper there.
If there was no interest on
it. The interest that is showing the $146,000, that is the interest that we should have received when we made the original loan agreement. Yeah. So I'll just take that offline and I can have a chat with Ken through it too. Thanks, Chair Pat.
Other than that, Ken, thanks for coming in.
I'm sort of concerned, why was that loan made? My concern is, why was the loan made?
Yeah, well, the loan will come through on that paper there that you got in front of you, that they've given you, so it'll be all on there.
So I'm happy to. I'll share all those papers, which runs through why the loan was made and why it was requested.
You will give me.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, we've made all of that transparent.
after the meeting or during the meeting. She'll give you that paper. So,
My concern is that it seemed to me to be a waste of ratepayers' money.
yeah, we don't make the rules. We're just the community board, but you've come through us. That's the way to do it, and then it'll go through to council if they've then got any queries on that. But you can wait around to after the meeting, or we can get you later. So, but you're quite welcome to stay if you want to stay and listen to the rest of the meeting.
I've trouble hearing you, Ben.
If you can pass it.
You're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay.
Is that right? Right. Any items not on the agenda? Thank you.
Skate park.
Anything else? Yeah. Any conflicts of interest? Confirmation of the minutes. If someone move that the minutes of the last meeting be true and correct record, please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry. Seconder? Ron, thank you. Right. We have the extraordinary meeting on the 26th of July and the council meeting on the 30th of July to be accepted. Someone move that those two be accepted, please. Thank you, Erin. Seconder? I'll second it. Right, matters arising from those two meetings. The first one was the extraordinary meeting, which was public excluded from, so we won't be able to do it on that one. But the next one is on the 30th of July. Any questions on those? Page 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Management report.
Sorry, Mr Chairman, if I could maybe ask Mayor Tracy a question about on page 9 of that report, item 10.8, the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Authority Solar Renewable Energy Funding. Could, Mayor Tracy, could you give us a bit more detail on that, please? I just can't get my head around that.
Sorry, that was through Carter and the Sarah Fountain with very specifics on that. I do understand, if I recall rightly from Sarah's last report, it was specific halls that she's working with. Carter may have a little bit more information.
Through you, Chair Pat. There are some, I'm not sure whether it's, they've made a decision on what specific halls they want to fund or not, but they had a list, so they were going through the initial step, which is looking at what could be funded and a list of all the halls and properties that could be funded. So that's, so that's following the process of EECA and looking at what can be funded and why and yeah, I hope, did that answer your question?
We could bring something back to the next meeting or get Sarah to come and talk on it.
Thank you, Carter.
Management report, someone move that that be accepted, please. Thanks, Aaron. Seconder. We have a seconder, please. Seconder. No seconders. No seconders. I'm the second. Nobody wants a second. Righto, page 31. Thirty-two. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38, 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51.
Chairman Pat, if I may ask a question, page 51. Is there any further update on the transition of the information centre to the service centre? Is there any more to report on that? And how is it actually going?
Carter.
Through you, Chair Pat. So the transition has, if I may say, completed. So we made available through communications a list of all the services that were transferred from the information centre back to the service centre in Dannevirke. So that was made, public with some posters and. In terms of integrated services, so there's still a training plan to make sure that the services are fully integrated. So the plan is still going ahead, but in terms of transitioning from the information centre to the service centre, so to Dannevirke centre, that has been completed.
Through you, Chair Pat, to Carter, have we had any public feedback on how the transition is going? The positives and negatives, maybe?
Through you, Chair Pat, I can contact the comms team and see if we can compile a list of feedback. As far as I know, we haven't really had any issues with that transition, and that's again purely because we made it really clear of what specific services have been transitioned and what we are doing and who's doing what. So that's the update I can give you. I'm more than happy to go back to the comms team and see if we can go through their feedback and if we can compile a list of positives or negatives, if that helps.
Thanks, Carter. It'll be just interesting to know how it's going and if there are any improvements we can make on, down the track. Yes, Chairman Pat, I'd just like to make comment, really a positive comment about the call statistics and the average wait time at our service centres. I think they're really good, and I think our staff there should be commended all round for the service which they provide to our community. Just observing those call wait times, which are really good compared to a lot of organisations that people have to deal with.
Thanks, Terry.
Can I just comment and say the same, that the service centres frontline staff are amazing. When I have put CRMs and I've requested callbacks, and I've never ever had a callback. So the ones on the front desk are doing a great job. It's just a little bit more further back might be good.
I quite agree with you there, Ernie, but I have had complaints about no callbacks. Not a lot, but there is people been ringing. They said they've rung 2 or 3 times and never had a call back from the person. So something that needs to be looked at.
Yes, and I can endorse that too. I've had CRMs put in on behalf of the public, and yeah, I'm still waiting. So we need to look into that, I feel. Thank you.
I don't think it's the callbacks, it's the people wanting to get in touch with someone from one of the staff, and they are the ones that don't do the callback. They're not a CRM, they just want to hear from someone that they've wanted to hear from. So, and that's my ones anyway. Yeah, Carter?
Through your chair, Pat, I'll take that back to the team and see how we can improve that. Thank you.
All right, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, okay. Right, someone moved that this information sign at the town hall that can be accepted. Someone move that, please. Thanks, Ron. Seconder? We got a seconder? Yeah, thanks, Terry. Right. This sign, it says what we got here is the vice chairman. That was back in those days when I was the vice chairman. They want the NZTA to want to change their mind on it, which was asked way back in those times that it was okay to do it. So I don't know where we're going to go with this one. So, do you know anything more about that, Carter, what they're doing? Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be a case of the community board doing its due diligence on whether it can go there or not, because we've moved on from back then. So we need to get clarification from the state highway, I believe.
Through you, Mr. Chairperson, if I may speak to the report. The updates provided, there's background of how the sign got there. And the purpose of this report is to talk about the next steps, because as is outlined in the report, NZTA have advised that it doesn't comply with their requirements, because you can't have a sign like that within 100 metres of an intersection and it's right on an intersection. We also I've outlined all the security and operational concerns associated with that sign, and also that the vendor who provided the product support is no longer operational. So that current sign in its current location is not possible to go forward. So the question before the board is, because we will need to be removing that from there, is if you want an information sign, that's something you'll need to discuss separately, and it would need to be in a different location and a different type of sign, but not that sign and not in this location. So it's just something for the board to have a discussion about at some other point of time, as if whether you want to have an information sign of some sort for the community in the future, and if so, where that would be located and what kind of sign that would be and what costs that would come at.
I go back to when it was first done, and we were going to put it over in the Modateen car park. But they have got the big sign up there, for the, and they said there was, we could have done it there, but when I went to interview the NZTA, they said, well, what about up there? So
Yeah. That's all I can say is the current status is it does not comply in its current location.
So the Hui Range one will have to come down too. Okay. Leave that up to the next board.
So it looks like the NZTA's moved the goalpost, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like, they've changed the rules halfway through the game.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I believe. That's my point of view.
yeah.
And I was right there. I did the whole thing.
So you sought permission at the time to get it put into place.
Yeah.
We've never been notified in the past that it's wrong.
No.
So what's our next step? Leave it to the next team.
Leave it there till. Yeah. Erin?
I guess it's something you could take to the road safety meeting if Waka Kotahi are there and ask them directly. Yeah, just thinking that it's going to come up soon.
Chairman Pat, since you put an awful lot of time and energy and effort into establishing that sign for the community to advertise events and happenings in the town and the district, maybe we could just convene a meeting after this meeting or at a time suitable to yourself and work out a strategy, what we can do with the sign if it's no longer going to be used, what we can do with it, relocate or maybe sell or do something. Okay, thank you.
Yep, I agree with that.
I think we should leave it where it is.
Leave it till we
Just keep it rolling.
get told differently. Well, we've been told till they act.
Just noting that we're not able to update any of the information on the sign. We cannot operate the sign. So we cannot put new information on the sign, because as outlined in the report, it would need a complete rebuild. For security reasons, we can't connect it to our council network because that would be a security risk that wouldn't comply with our rules. So the current sign is not operable, and so we would need to remove it. And we would not be able to use that on a council network. And there's no product support for the software. The vendor is no longer providing support. So if it's what the report is here for.
And also the information centre used to own the software, didn't they, to run it or not? Is that the case?
As outlined in the report, we've provided pretty full information on what is required to get the sign operable, and it's going forward using that sign is not something that we'd be able to do.
So it's a dead duck.
And I think we can take it to the road safety meeting.
Yeah, I think we need to listen to Ellie because we need to be proactive. If we keep looking in the past, this community board's never going to go forward. And we've been giving the report, it's all in there. So let's move and get it sorted in a positive manner. Nothing against what people have done in the past, but we need to move forward. Thank you.
So what is your recommendation? That we take it down or what?
Well, at the end of the day, do you still drive around with a flat tyre? Because that sign doesn't work legally. So we are not as powerful as the powers to be, and as Ali's report has come out and said, we need to rectify it. So let's get on board with the direction we've been given and get it done.
Well said.
Mayor Tracy, did you have something to say on that?
No, Chair Pat, I'm just going to ask a question of the Chief Executive and find out which Wi-Fi network the Woodville sign's running on in the Woodville community, just to check that that's on a separate network as well.
So if it's not compliant, can't be operated, shouldn't we be taking it down? Is that our next step?
Through you, Mr Chairperson, my recommendation in the report is that you note that the continued use of the sign located here on the town hall is no longer feasible, and that we remove that sign from its current location.
Okay, well, I move that we investigate what it's how we're going to get it down, and we get on and do it.
Through you, Chair Pat, if you'd like to look at the recommendations that are on the report,
Yeah.
I mean, that how it gets taken down and all that, it would be subsequent to just deciding that, just noting that it's no longer feasible in its current location.
Yeah, but endorsing what Ellie said, it's a directive. We need to do what we've been told and move on for the future. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Right, move on.
So was there a mover and a seconder for that?
Yeah, we did. Did we have? Yeah. Did we get a second? Right. There we have to. We have to. Someone moved that these recommendations, a response for the information requests by board members. Someone moved that that be accepted, please. Thanks, Ron. Seconder. Fair enough. Any questions on that one? Everything seems to be there.
Yeah, it's item 5.1 on page 64. It says that the rehabilitation project budget was 1.9 million. The question I asked was how much of was it going to cost? Now we're getting it's commercially sensitive information, but you know there was a lot of time and money went into that job. It would be interesting for the ratepayers to know how much was spent on that one job. So really, if this is going to be the answer we're going to get, I'm going to vote against the report.
All the responses are there, aren't they? The installation on that speed sign has been done? Your way up Smith Street?
Hasn't been commissioned.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I tried it out the other day and it's still not working. So, but it has been installed, a positive. Thank
Big
you.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's standing up, but it's not working.
There, Tracy?
Thanks, Chair Pat. I did look into that for the board and they're just having some trouble with the electronics at the moment, so they are working on them.
Thank you.
Taking all the power up there then.
Chairman Pat, just a question on item 11 on that report, 11.1 on the Carnegie Hall update. Is there any, through you, Chairman Pat to Carter, is there any further update on that? And what are the possibilities of the of that building being retained? Is there any investigations for, you know, the earthquake strengthening? And I've noted it in the report there, but I just wanted to know if there's any further comments to add to it.
Through you, Chair Pat, I believe there is a comprehensive report coming to council about the Carnegie building. The team, the PMO, have been doing a lot of investigation into all the options, and they will be providing a lot of information around these options and, you know, looking towards the next steps. I'll try and get the dates when it will be presented to council, but I believe that they've been working really hard on getting those options and getting full investigation. So when they present the report, it's a full comprehensive report that will hopefully enable some decision making.
Thanks, Carter.
Ernie?
Just in conjunction with item 7, the impounded supply, I've got a copy of a report, a reservoir survey that was done in August 21 to outline all the faults and everything, including a whole lot of photos and everything, which I'd be keen to share with the rest of the board members after the meeting. We seem to keep getting more and more consultants on this impounded water supply pond, and this report that I've got here outlines everything that's been outlined again and again and again. When are we going to actually see some action?
I think we've got a lot of action that's been had a look at it up there, and I think we can. I think at the moment it's going. It's not losing anything, is it? It's anybody else got any questions, answers on that? No.
Through you, Chairman Pat, maybe I could direct a question to Her Worship the Mayor. Are we waiting for further action to be taken after our new water entity is established in this area?
Action to be taken.
Yeah, with any sort of refurbishment, replacement of the impounded supply.
The impounded supply is a process. The land acquisition has just been taken. It's not a water entity thing, no.
Wasn't the land acquisition going to be part of the previous CEO's job before he left? Has it not been done yet?
That has just been formalised.
Okay, move on to reports. Terry?
Right, the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce AGM is this evening at 5:30, and all is going well there. The Vehicle Trust AGM was held last week, and the Vehicle Trust is operating well, and we're actually securing some quite good funding from various trusts and organisations around the place at the moment. So financially, the Vehicle Trust is looking pretty good at the moment. Just a report on the Lamison Trust meeting, which was held a week or just 2 weeks ago now, That was to float, there was a floating of the trust to explain to the district exactly what the trust was about and the formation of the memorial to the late Phil Lamison at the Dannevirke Domain. It was an extremely successful event, I have to say, and it was also to give a heads up for funding. We are requiring funding, and there's quite large amounts, and as a result, quite a few donations have been made. We've even been getting donations, some quite large donations from overseas at this stage. So things are looking really good at that stage. So hopefully all going well, and subject to the procurement of materials for the project by Metal Form, we're looking at for the establishment of that project by mid-2026. So things are looking good in that area.
Thanks, Terry. Any questions for Terry? It's after 5, is it? When's that next?
The next after 5 is at Mitre 10. I think that's next week. Yes. Tuesday next week? Yep.
Ron?
Thank you, Chairman Pat. Yep, the brass band, we had our meeting last week, and getting back to what the letter from the CEO from the Dannevirke District Council, and or Tarawera District Council, should I say. They were advised to go to community law, which they've done. They've spoken to lawyers there, and they've advised them that the Contract Law and Local Body Act authorities need to, they're going to go and contact them, their lawyers, the lawyers for the band, and to see if this legal document that it's all concerned about can be changed. So they're waiting to hear back from the lawyers that are handling that on local body law. And the other thing is the band is in good stead, and they are having their AGM will be held on Saturday the 6th of September at 10 o'clock. And the other one is the Rose Garden report. There was a good turnout there on Sunday. There was over 12 people, and this is what we got up to. We planted 40 lavender plants, 44 roses, 8 hydrangeas, and we'll be adding parentals things here and those. So the girls and the guys down there doing a great job, and again it's looking absolute grandeur once they start flourishing. Thank you.
You don't quite know your flowers, do you, Ron?
That's exactly what my wife said. Thank you.
Ernie?
Extremely good at mowing lawns though, aren't you? Anyway, the AMP new committee is settled in. There's just a couple of us new ones that have been added to the committee. Working bees will be a regular thing to tidy up the bits and pieces and trees and stuff, but there's a bit of usage. The market day that was held yesterday regularly seems to be growing and growing, and the usage of the facilities there are being more recognised, I think, in availability. So that's about all I've got to say.
Yeah, I went down to the market yesterday, yeah. Erna, perhaps you can fill in about what's happening with the scat back there.
Yes, and the committee's been really busy with the up-and-coming spring swing boxing event that we have on Saturday the 4th of October. So the boxers are training 3 times a week, and the committee's getting, the tickets should go out in the next couple of weeks. We've just had to offer the tables that are available to the boxers first for their supporters and family and sponsors, and then what's left of tables will be going out in the next couple of weeks, plus the seats upstairs here on at the town hall will also go on sale. So yeah, it's just all part of the fundraising for the skate park. We can't go in, we can't go any further until we have fundraise enough money to go the next stage.
Has that answered your questions for items not on the agenda?
No.
No?
Chairman Pat, after, I've had a lot of people come to me around the district concerned there's a real groundswell over the skate park where it's going. I'm informing what I've been told. And we're not talking a couple of people, we're talking a considerable amount of people that, and we're talking about groups of people that are really worried. The groundswell is, why are they putting it there with the cenotaph being so close? And now we're going to have the memorial of Mr. Lamison. And when you take a photo from the roadside, on Christian Street, all you're going to see in the background is a cage, because the cage will be there as part of the skate park. They're not against, everyone is definitely not against the skate park. I've got grandchildren. I'd love to see them go down there and have a skate. I'm not against it myself, but it's the visual and it's also the location. They're really worried after all the work that is going in by all these volunteers. And we're not just talking the people of the Rose Gardens and that. This is wider than that. It's bigger than that. It's even got to the stage, they've even asked me, we'll protest the council, outside the council. And I'm thinking, this is just, unbelievable that this could happen in our town. But what I'm saying to the community board and the council, this is the feeling out there. Now, it's election year, I don't know, but we need to listen to the people, and the concern is, what is it going to do long term to that domain? Because when that domain gets all looking rosy, so there's a pun, you're going to have the question is, can it be in any way moved from that location so it doesn't onto the cenotaph and the domain there, on the upper domain. They're not, these people are not against the skate park, I can assure you, but they are against the location. So whether they get their banners out and protest, yet to be seen. But the groundswell out there is a very big concern for the location of the skate park. Thank you.
Fiona, your reply?
That's really disappointing to hear, Ron. We've spent 5 years feasibility study to find out the best location for the skate park. And unfortunately, it's like everything in this town, this is what's going to hold our project back. And this is why our children don't have anything to do. I mean, why would families come and live here when we don't even have a skate park a decent skate park for our children to play on? So that the feasibility study showed that this area was the best area because it was near the current play equipment that we have. So if the adults are there with the little children at the play area, then the older children can be at the skate park, and it's visually, close to each other, so that they don't have to go way on the other side of the park or around the corner. It's close together. So that was the ideal location. This location was decided before any Lions Gardens. It was decided before the other memorial was going up. So it was actually done before all that was decided for the domain. Plus we went to the RSA to get permission for the cenotaph. And that cenotaph's been there for ever. But then you've got, actually, Sir, could you turn your mic off? The cenotaph has been there forever, and so has the children's park. And there hasn't been a lot of graffiti on the cenotaph. I mean, there's been the odd occasion, but yeah. So we have spent a lot of money to get to the point where we are, and I just don't feel that our committee would want to step back, or else really we'll walk away and the children will still not have a skate park or anywhere to go. And what will they do? They'll still graffiti and they'll still get themselves into trouble because there's nothing else to do in town. So if that's what people want, then that's a real shame.
Through you, Chairman Pat, I just want to endorse what Erin has just said. There was a full consultation on this project. There was a whole lot of groups and entities have been advised of what was happening. And just to reinforce what Erin has said, that the RSA certainly were informed and they have given their blessing to the skate park going there. So if it has to be abandoned, if it has to be reviewed, then it's certainly going to cost, take a lot of more energy and effort and expense to relocate. So I think something obviously has to be done, or there's got to be some sort of consultation, but I think it's quite disappointing in many respects.
I think what Erin has said, that the RSA were one of probably the first people to go and ask whether it was all right to put it where it was. And, they were the ones that should have been done first, and they've accepted it. So I quite agree with Erin, really. Ron?
Yeah, Erin, I do accept what you've said, and you've done a fantastic job, and so has your committee. But remember, I'm just the message boy on this. I'm just allowing the people in this room to know what I've had to put up with, and I said I will speak for you on your behalf, which I've done. Whether anyone listens or not, who knows? But the future, yes, I've got my 3 grandchildren. One is 4 and the other are 2. And I'm hoping they will get to have a skate park in Dannevirke. And yeah, agree, there's not that much. I have been told by my 2 daughter-in-laws they have to go to Waipark to so their kids can have a skate, so they can, as they want, or go down to Paiatua or Masterton. And I'm thinking the future for Dannevirke, yes, there's definitely a need, but I just thought I'd let you inform the community board on what the feeling is out there. Thank you.
Ernie?
Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat. I'd like to see the skate park built for the children of the future. My grandchildren have already left the town, and I'm being told there's nothing for them in Dannevirke. So to support Erin's committee, they've worked hard to get it there, but I'm on the same page as Ron, is that we're hearing it from everybody we run into, who the hell wants it there? And I said, well, the decision's been made. You've had the consultation. No one spoke up at the time enough to turn the thing away. So we're just bringing the message that, yeah, there's more discontent than content from the messages that we're getting. Amen.
Once our full plans are, we're hoping this summer we'll be able to have something at the domain, cone out the area and bring the plans, once they're fully finalised with all the engineering and that sorted, to the domain so people can come and have a look and then ask the questions. And so even if you just let those people know, Ron, and then they can come and see us, and we can, and it'll be a good chance for everyone to come together. Plus we have all the families, we're going to have like the bouncy castles and stuff like that. So it'll be a real fun day. But anyone like that who wants to come and talk to us, they can come and see us then, or get in contact with me. That's all good. Thank you. And thank you for doing that for the community.
Ron? Ernie?
Yeah, what I can't understand is we've got all that oval, we've got a athletics track, we've got all of that cricket area. I can't see why we couldn't have encroached a little bit on that and kept it away from the centre. That would have been my thoughts. Put it in the corner somewhere, but to put it right in amongst the gardens in there, yeah, I just think it's wrong.
Another area we did look at was down by the Scout Hall, but the trees that run along by the cricket pitch there actually would drop quite a bit of stuff that would go onto the skate park, so the kids would have to, or someone would have to sweep it quite regularly. Plus it was too far away from the kids' play equipment, so one adult would be at the park with the little children on the play equipment, and then there would be no supervision at the skate park at the other side. Plus there's no toilets in that area, and there was no drinking fountain, so we'd have to put all that infrastructure in, which would blow up the cost even more. So we have considered on that side, and I do get your point, Uni.
Tracy?
Thanks, Chairman Pat. And look, there have been many locations looked at for the skate park, and all of them had their challenges. The other one around the oval was with the cricket, was the safety if somebody did hit a ball, and that was all taken into consideration. We've looked at other recreational land, and there's been challenges and residents not wanting it in any other place as well. But actually, the duplication of toilets and security and Wi-Fi, all the things that young people want. But we did, and I did talk to Edna around this, whether we mark that out again with cones so that people can see it and understand it, but certainly to come through, with those concerns. But there has been a lot of land looked at and everything exhausted that council possibly owns. So that has been the challenge, but I concur the children have asked for this, waited for this and wanted for this, for a long time. And the original children that came and brought that petition, they're now adults, and I think it's really important that our children see things progressing when they want them, and that's the hardest part of this.
Yes, I can remember when those first lot of children came. Those children now would probably left school by now. So, anything else for reports? No reports. Road safety. We're having a road safety meeting on the 10th of September, which will be really cool. So, if anybody's got anything for me to take to road safety other than what we decided, let us know. Ron.
Yeah, through you, Chairman Pat. The update, I'd appreciate on the Witakura situation. No doubt that's on your agenda.
Oh, the road sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll take that. You'll
that.
check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And also the update on the Eastern Street speed humps. Is that going to be taken and pushed a bit harder?
I can ask about that.
Through you, Chairman Pat. Yeah, just to endorse what Ernie said there, I was actually approached last Friday down at the Metal Form. I was there with a do, and I was approached by the owners of Metal Form on what is going on about the speed bumps. So I just want to let you know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, thanks for those reports. Right, correspondence. Can we move the correspondence be accepted, please? Thanks, Jerry. Yep. Excellent. Any questions on that one? Any of those? We've written a letter to the rail again, Kiwi Rail, about the potholes up there on the surface lane. Don't know whether we'll get much action there, but anyway, it's worth a go and worth having a go at it. True Honey, that's for the flags. Going High Street, the flags have arrived and they're all ready to go. Well, we've got to wait for the flag tracks now and wait till they arrive. What was the other one? Oh, Kay Thompson for the guest speaker. Perhaps we'll talk about the Wakro Award and what you thought of it.
Oh, can I just make a comment on that? She was a fantastic guest speaker. You could have given her another hour and we wouldn't have got sick of her. She was pretty inspirational. The job she's had in New Zealand and overseas and all the rest of it. It's like educated at Dannevirke High School, obviously, and she was she'd been nominated for the Wakro at some stage. It just goes to show what can come out of Dannevirke, when it comes to management and all the rest of it. So I think personally the Wakro Awards judging was one of the most satisfying things I've done in my 3 years on the community board. So I just appreciate having the chance to be part of the judging panel.
You, Ron?
Yeah, through you, Chairman Pat. Yeah, I'd just like to endorse and congratulate the Wet Row Award, how it went, and also commend that young lady on how she spoke and what she told us. And I agree with Ernie. You could have listened to her for another hour, and it just shows you how proud we can be of the people we have got in this town and the youth that are coming through. And all I can say is highly commend the committee that organised it. Well done, and thank you.
So do you think anything that can be improved on next year, you know? Yeah, Irina?
I just think maybe just saying a little bit about, so, you know, they fill out an application form to win the Wetcara Award, and just saying maybe a little snippet about each person, like what they've done, the community services, you know, that they've done in our community, so that people in the audience and the community and the public know what they've actually done, because they didn't see what the judges saw in the judging thing. Yeah, so I just thought maybe that could be some feedback we could just add in next time, just a little snippet about each person as they're coming up onto the stage or something. Yeah.
All right. All good? Yeah. That'll be good. Righto. What else was there?
Chairman, Pat, can I just go back to the flag track system? I presume you now have a system in place for the allocation of spots for the flag tracks throughout the year, and who will be managing it from a council point of view? And do we have anybody in place after the Spring Festival, like from the 1st of December, who's going to be putting their flags up? Will it be community board flags for Christmas, or what's likely to be happening?
Excuse me, Chairperson. We seem to be jumping ahead on the agenda. We've got a lot of these items actually in the discussion items to come up.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just thought maybe you want to bring the meeting back to the agenda.
We're doing the flag tracks. Well, we'll go with the what's that for? Elections.
Frequently asked questions.
What do we have to decide that?
So if I could help with this one.
What's that?
The first discussion item is one I've put on there, and and the next one as well. Election FAQs. We get a lot of inquiries from the community to do with the elections, and I've put this here to just inform the board of where you can find a resource to answer questions from the community, and if you could help spread the word about, we've got answers to a lot of their questions on our website, and there's a resource there that they can use to get the answers to their questions, and also for the board to educate, about what are some of the commonly asked questions that people ask, and there is a resource there to provide the answers. And just wanting the board's assistance with spreading the word about that. The next one was also the General Assistance Grant Scheme. We've had, 2 applications so far, and these close this week. So just asking the board if you can help spread the word with your connections that it's open for applications, and if people would like to apply, they need to get a wriggle on, please.
When was that finished, did you say?
This week is the last week.
Friday. Okay. Yep. Ron.
I don't know if you're aware of it, but since you touched on the elections, I don't know if you've read the Bush Telegraph.
Excuse me.
It,
Can we keep that off this agenda, please?
right.
Thank you.
The elections. Ellie? Did you? No, sorry. Okay. So we've got those frequently asked questions, the general assistance grants, that's done. The WACRO we've done. The flag tracks.
So are we making a recommendation that our Christmas flags, have we got them underway yet?
Sorry. I just asked two questions there, Chairman Pat. One is the management of the flag tracks through council, if that has been now confirmed, how that will be managed. And the other one is what is going to be the follow-up flags for, say, Christmas, as from the end of November onwards till, say, the end of January. Do we have anything in place at this stage?
I've got nothing in place as far as who's paying for them or what, or whether we get someone to sponsor them or not. Whether we need to get out there now and try and find sponsorship, or whether the community board would do it. It would cost about $2,000 roughly to get the flags. So that's the final cost. So whether we need someone, whether, I know it's getting a bit hard because being after the middle of middle of October, that someone won't be here. So I think.
I make a suggestion that depending on what's left in our budget, maybe we could be looking at getting the Christmas flags made on behalf of the community board, ready to go on the 1st of December.
Yeah, but also
Recommendation.
didn't we have a discussion last week about it, about potential sponsors? So are we going to get activated after this meeting and go and talk to the people that we discussed without mentioning any names live at the moment? I think we had some good ideas last week. I think we should just get on with it, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the lead in time to get the flags printed?
If Terry says that the community board actually get in and get them done, then look for the sponsorship after that.
Thanks, Chairman Pat. I was just seeking to clarify what board member Hines was looking for in council managing the flags, because Eketahuna and Woodville both manage their own. I would have thought it would have been quite a good public, transparent process to have it going through your board. So I was just keen to understand that a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the flag should remain as a community board operation. Hopefully, the incoming community board is able-bodied enough to pull a few ropes up and change the flags over. It's just a matter, I think, of finding out where we can store them and things like that, isn't it? Should we have a?
That's what I had in mind of what you've actually just
Should we
said.
have a coffee afterwards and and get some action happening, instead of.
All I'm wanting is a process to be in place, be it the community board, be it somebody at council that manages the signs on Stanley Street, for example. But we just need to have a process in place, and we need to have people at the council know exactly who's responsible for it and what the process is for obtaining the flags and putting the flags up.
Cara?
Thank you. Through you, Chair Pat. Like Mayor Tracy, I wanted to clarify what you said. It's really important not to make any assumption that council staff are going to help unless you make that request in advance. As far as I know, this is something for the community board to manage and the process for you to come up with. We have not really been considering any involvement in the flag track other than progressing, the contestable fund applications which we've done. Other than that, we have not really been thinking about getting involved in the whole process. So I just wanted to make that really clear. And if we are requesting council staff to be involved, we just need to be really clear about that, please. Thank you.
I think it needs to be a community board thing, because the community board, unless we become redundant, I think it's something that we need to keep ownership of and pass on to the next incoming community board. It's just a few basic things like storage and stuff like that, but if we're not seen to be active and be running our own project in the future, like we can't financially promise something for the incoming board that they have to pay for it. But all we're doing is saying the 4 people that get elected have got something to do.
Yeah, that's what I reckon that should be. But don't forget, there's not only Christmas ones, but there is Anzac, there's Kapahaka, there's quite a few that we can change and get people to sponsor them. I know, so we can go. Yeah, right. The same goes with Market Day. What are we doing on Market Day? Has anybody got any suggestions? Or it's the same problem because we've got a changeover of different board members. Do we?
Through you, Chairman Pat. Well, in the 3 years I've been doing it and involved with you and the rest of the committee, it seemed you led it, the chairman led it. So I think we need to make a motion that whoever becomes the chairperson is the ringleader or the convener of the flag tracks of the Spring Festival, and it's there because they are at the top of the pyramid, and they need to be. I think we need to have direction from the chairperson. So I move both those things there be taken in by the chairperson, and that's my proposal.
If I could just point out, for the Spring Festival this year, the board won't have been sworn in and won't have elected a chairperson at the time of the Spring Festival.
Spring. What
Good
about Market Day?
Market Day, because
When do they
Market Day is before the Friday before Labour Weekend. Members won't be sworn in until the end of October after Labour Weekend, and then the board will need to elect a chair.
So the same board is on.
This board, the final results of election are due to be published on the 16th of October. This board will then cease to exist from the 17th of October. Like, the current members will go out of office and the new members will come in. The thing is, they won't have been sworn in, and the point I'm making is there won't be an elected chairperson because they won't have been able to convene a meeting to elect a chairperson.
We'll still know who the board are by then anyway.
Yes, that's correct. You will know who the elected members are.
Except for this year, perhaps we can change it to whoever's the board is and let them go from there.
Through you, Chairman Pat. Yes, I understand what you're saying, Ellie, but the motion is in the future that the chairperson, that's my motion.
After this year.
After this year. And obviously that's that limbo we're in, but hopefully the chairman at the previous chairman will assist as part of his commitment as the chairperson at the moment. I thank you.
Yeah, totally. I think the incoming community board, no matter what, will be supported by us 4 that are here at the moment, and until they've been sworn in, we'll still be assisting them because none of us are leaving town, you know.
You never know, I could be on holiday then.
Oh, yeah, you're a special case.
Okay. What else? That's a bit.
Did we get a seconder for my motion?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. Just making sure.
Right, Chairman's remarks. Well, not a lot I got to say except I'm the odd one out here because I wish you all the best for your elections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you going for elections. So good luck. So I hope it all goes well for you. Other than that, I declare the meeting closed. Thank you very much.
Do we have to vote on that motion that he moved and I seconded or not?
Yeah.
So it's been passed. Okay, that's all right.
Must be.